I am Jarvis, your storyteller. Welcome to the science fiction exploration. If you like the story, please subscribe to our channel. The quantum sensors aboard the starship Defiant pulsed with an urgent warning, their crystalline matrices flooding Commander Alara Voss's neural interface with streams of tactical data. Her augmented eyes narrowed as she processed the information, watching the massive imperial warship emerge from the nebula's crimson clouds like a predator rising from ancient depths. "Stealth systems holding, Commander," Lieutenant Wei Jin reported from his station, his cybernetically enhanced fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "They haven't detected us yet." Alara stood from her command chair, her tall frame casting a shadow across the bridge's obsidian floor. After 2 centuries of hiding in the darkest corners of the galaxy, humanity was about to announce its survival to the very empire that had tried to erase them from existence. "Status of the quantum beacon?" she asked, her voice steady despite the weight of history pressing down on this moment. "Charged and ready," Officer Dmitry Volkov answered, his scarred face illuminated by the soft blue glow of his console. "One pulse will reveal our position to every imperial sensor in the sector." The bridge crew fell silent, each member aware of what this moment meant. For generations, their ancestors had survived in secret, evolving their technology and biology far beyond what the Hexarin Empire believed possible. They were no longer the same humans the Empire had tried to exterminate. They were something more. "Grand Admiral Nexus must be getting desperate," Alara mused, studying the Imperial vessel's energy signature. "Sending a Dominion-class warship this deep into the Cygnus expanse. They're looking for something." "Or someone," Wei added, his augmented eyes flickering with data streams. "Our scouts reported increased Imperial activity in 3 other sectors. They know something's coming." Alara allowed herself a slight smile. The Empire had grown complacent in their perceived victory, believing they had wiped humanity from the stars 2 centuries ago. They never understood why they found so few bodies, so little evidence of humanity's last stand. They never realized that Operation Exodus had been centuries in the planning. "All stations, Combat Protocol Echo 7, she commanded, her neural interface synchronizing with the ship's quantum core. Around her, the crew's augmentations hummed to life, connecting them to the Defiant systems in ways the Empire's technology could never match. "Quantum beacon active," Dmitry reported, his fingers hovering over the activation sequence. "Awaiting your command." Alara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of generations of preparation settling on her shoulders. "Send the signal. Let's remind the Empire why they feared us." The quantum beacon pulsed once, its energy signature rippling through subspace like a stone dropped in a still pond. For a moment, nothing changed. Then the Imperial warship's energy signature spiked. They had detected the Defiant. "Imperial vessel is charging weapons," Wei reported calmly. "They're sending identification queries on all frequencies." "Put me through," Alara ordered, straightening her midnight blue uniform. The holographic display shimmered, and she found herself staring at the shocked face of an Imperial commander. The alien's crystalline features contorted in disbelief as they recognized the distinct human form before them. "This is Commander Alara Voss of the human resistance vessel Defiant," she announced, her voice carrying the strength of a species that refused to die. "Your empire tried to erase us from history. Instead, you forced us to evolve. We've been watching from the shadows, growing stronger, waiting for the right moment." The Imperial commander's multifaceted eyes widened. "Impossible. Humanity was eradicated in the Great Purge. You cannot." "Cannot exist," Alara interrupted, allowing a cold smile to cross her face. "Your empire's greatest failure was believing that destroying our worlds meant destroying our spirit. We adapted. We survived. And now we're ready to show you exactly what humanity has become." As if on cue, space itself seemed to ripple around the Defiant. Dozens of human vessels decloaked, their hulls gleaming with technology that defied Imperial understanding. Each ship was a testament to human ingenuity, a perfect fusion of organic and mechanical engineering that had evolved far beyond their ancestors' designs. The Imperial commander took an involuntary step back, their crystalline form reflecting the sudden fear in their bridge crew. "By the first light, what are you?" "We are humanity's children," Ilara responded, her augmented eyes glowing with quiet intensity. "And we've come to reclaim our place among the stars." The quantum sensors registered multiple Imperial ships emerging from hyperspace, exactly as planned. The Empire would soon learn that humanity hadn't just survived, they had transcended. The real war was about to begin, and this time humanity was ready. "All ships," Ilara commanded, her voice carrying across the quantum-linked fleet. "Show them what 200 years of evolution looks like." Deep within the hollowed-out core of a rogue asteroid, Admiral Kenzo Tanaka stood before the massive quantum display showing the Defiant's confrontation with the Imperial fleet. His weathered face, marked with bioluminescent augmentation scars that pulsed in sync with his heartbeat, reflected both pride and concern as he watched humanity's carefully orchestrated revelation unfold. "Status report from all sectors," he commanded, his voice echoing through the crystalline chamber of Sanctuary Station's command center. Captain Zara Patel, her dark skin contrasting with the silver neural interfaces along her temples, stepped forward. "The Defiant signal has triggered responses exactly as predicted. Imperial fleets are mobilizing in all major sectors. Their quantum communications are in chaos." Kenzo nodded, his augmented vision zooming in on various tactical displays. For 2 centuries, humanity had prepared for this moment, building their strength in secret while the Empire grew complacent. The asteroid base around them was just one of dozens, each hidden in supposedly uninhabitable regions of space. "Begin Phase 2, he ordered. "Contact all outposts. It's time to show the Empire what we've become." The massive chamber hummed with activity as officers coordinated humanity's emergence from hiding. On the quantum displays, hundreds of signals began appearing as hidden human bases and fleets revealed themselves across the galaxy. Each installation represented decades of preparation, of technological evolution far beyond what humanity had possessed during the Great Purge. "Admiral," called out Technical Director Marcus Wung from his station, his cybernetic arms interfacing directly with the base's quantum core, "we're receiving live feeds from all major human enclaves. The Genesis protocol is ready for implementation." Kenzo turned to face the assembled command staff, each member representing a different aspect of humanity's transformation. 200 years ago, our ancestors faced extinction. The Empire believed they could simply erase us from existence, but they didn't understand what makes humanity unique. He gestured to the quantum displays showing the hidden human installations. "We didn't just survive, we used our near extinction to transform ourselves. Every defeat became a lesson, every setback an opportunity to evolve. The Empire thought they were hunting down our last survivors, never realizing they were actually watching our metamorphosis." The displays shifted to show the next phase of humanity's plan. Massive structures, hidden in dimensional pockets throughout the galaxy, began powering up. These weren't just military installations. They were the culmination of centuries of human innovation and adaptation. "The quantum nexus is online," reported Dr. Yuki Nakamura, her holographic form flickering as she transmitted from another hidden base. "All Bioforge facilities report ready status. The new generation of enhanced soldiers can be deployed at your command." Kenzo's augmented eyes scanned the tactical readouts. The Empire had no idea what they were about to face. Humanity hadn't just developed better weapons or shields. They had fundamentally altered the rules of warfare itself. "Send word to Commander Voss," he ordered. "The Defiance demonstration was just the beginning. Initiate the Lazarus Protocol." Throughout the asteroid base, ancient machinery hummed to life. Deep in secured vaults, thousands of stasis pods began their activation sequence, each containing warriors who had volunteered to undergo the most extreme adaptations. They were the products of 2 centuries of biological and technological evolution, humans transformed into something that could challenge the Empire on every level. "Sir," Zara called out, her voice tight with controlled excitement, We're detecting imperial quantum signatures approaching the Cygnus expanse. They're sending everything they have. Kenzo smiled grimly. Of course they are. The Empire built its power on the belief that they had eliminated all serious threats. Now they face not just survivors, but an entirely new form of humanity. The quantum displays showed imperial warships converging on human positions across the galaxy. But this time, humanity wasn't running. This time, they were ready. All commanders, Kenzo broadcast across the quantum network linking all human forces, the time has come. Show them what humanity has become in the darkness. Show them why their ancestors feared us enough to try to wipe us out. But remember, we're not fighting for revenge. We're fighting for our right to exist, to grow, to evolve. The response came back from thousands of voices across the galaxy, a chorus of humanity united in purpose. For Terra's legacy. As the Imperial fleets approached, humanity's hidden weapons powered up. Quantum fields rippled, biotechnology merged with mechanical systems, and 2 centuries of preparation came to fruition. The Empire was about to learn that their greatest mistake hadn't been failing to eliminate humanity. It had been giving humanity the time and motivation to transcend their former limitations. Begin the convergence, Kenzo commanded. Let's show the Empire what humanity has become. Throughout the galaxy, human forces emerged from hiding, each ship and soldier a testament to humanity's incredible capacity for adaptation and growth. The true war was about to begin, and this time, humanity wasn't fighting for survival. They were fighting to reshape the galaxy itself. The void between stars erupted in a symphony of light and energy as the first shots of the new war streaked across space. Officer Ryoko Ishikawa stood at her battle station aboard the Defiant, her enhanced nervous system processing combat data faster than any unmodified human could comprehend. Multiple Imperial dreadnoughts on approach vector, she reported, her voice steady despite the chaos unfolding around them. They're deploying standard hexarin battle formation, exactly as our simulations predicted. Commander Voss's lips curved into a slight smile. They haven't learned anything new in 2 centuries. Initialize the quantum field disruptors. Throughout the human fleet, ships began activating technology that had been developed in secret during their long exile. The quantum field disruptors weren't just weapons. They were a complete reimagining of space combat, born from humanity's desperate need to overcome their technological disadvantages. Imperial fleet is launching fighters, Lieutenant Wei Jin announced from his station. Detecting standard crystal matrix energy signatures. Deploy the chimeras, Voss commanded. At her word, launch bays across the human fleet opened, releasing swarms of biological-mechanical hybrid fighters. Each one was piloted by a human consciousness merged with quantum AI, creating warriors that could outthink and outmaneuver any purely mechanical or biological opponent. The Imperial fighters, sleek crystalline constructs that had dominated space warfare for millennia, suddenly found themselves engaged with an enemy that defied their tactical databases. The chimeras moved in ways that should have been impossible, their hybrid nature allowing them to ignore conventional laws of physics. First wave of Imperial dreadnoughts entering optimal range, Ryoko reported, her augmented eyes tracking multiple battles simultaneously. Their weapons are charged. Show them our evolution, Voss ordered. All ships execute maneuver Prometheus. The human fleet moved as one, their formations shifting in ways that made the Imperial tactical officers pause in confusion. Traditional space combat relied on predictable patterns of attack and defense, but humanity had spent 2 centuries developing strategies that no other species would even consider. The Imperial dreadnoughts opened fire, their crystal-focused energy weapons capable of vaporizing conventional ships. But the human vessels didn't try to dodge or raise shields. Instead, their quantum field disruptors activated, causing the energy beams to twist and curve through space like living things. Energy redistribution successful, Wei reported with satisfaction. Their own weapons are feeding our defense grid. Voss nodded, watching as the battle unfolded exactly as planned. Launch the Hydra protocols. From the depths of the human ships emerged swarms of nanobiological constructs, each one a marvel of hybrid engineering. They attached themselves to imperial vessels, bypassing shields designed to stop energy and matter, but not the quantum organic fusion that humanity had perfected. Imperial ships are reporting systems failures, Ryoko announced, monitoring the enemy's panicked communications. Their crystal matrices are being rewritten at the quantum level. The Imperial fleet's formation began to break as ships lost power or found their systems responding to phantom commands. Centuries of technological superiority were being undone by an enemy they had dismissed as primitive. Message from Admiral Tanaka, Wei called out. The Genesis protocol is ready for full deployment. All sectors report successful engagement with Imperial forces. Voss stood from her command chair, her enhanced body humming with combat energy. Begin the transformation sequence. Let's show them what humanity has really become. Throughout the battlefield, human ships began to change. Their hybrid hulls shifted and flowed like liquid metal, reconfiguring into forms that defied conventional engineering. Weapons emerged from seemingly impossible angles, and entire sections of ships phased in and out of normal space. Imperial fleet is attempting to regroup, Ryoko reported. They're calling for reinforcements. Let them come, Voss replied. Every ship they send is another opportunity to demonstrate our evolution. The battle continued to unfold across the star system, but it was already clear that this wasn't the same conflict the Empire had won 2 centuries ago. Humanity had used their time in hiding to become something entirely new, a species that had merged the best aspects of biological and technological evolution. Imperial command ship is signaling, Wei announced. They're requesting communication. Voss allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. Put them through. It's time they understood exactly what they're facing. The holographic display flickered to life, showing the faces of Imperial commanders who had never imagined they would face human opponents again. Their crystalline features reflected confusion, and for the first time in centuries, fear. This is Commander Voss, she announced to the enemy leaders. What you're witnessing isn't just a battle, it's the unveiling of humanity's true potential. We've spent 2 centuries preparing not just to survive, but to thrive. Your empire forced us to evolve beyond anything you could imagine. The Imperial commanders watched in horror as their mighty fleet was systematically dismantled by forces they couldn't understand. Humanity hadn't just survived their attempted genocide. They had used it as a catalyst for transformation into something unprecedented in galactic history. The age of Imperial dominance is over, Voss declared. The question now is whether your empire is capable of evolving as we have, or if you'll be left behind by the new order we're creating. As if to emphasize her words, another wave of human ships emerged from quantum space, each one a testament to what humanity had become in their centuries of hiding. The war had truly begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. Deep within the crystalline spires of the Imperial Palace on Hexar Prime, High Counselor Vextara moved through shadow-draped corridors, her crystalline form refracting the dim light. The news of humanity's return had spread through the Empire like a quantum cascade, and with it, ancient secrets threatened to surface. In a secure chamber far below the palace's public levels, she activated a hidden quantum terminal. The display shimmered to life, revealing data that hadn't been accessed in 2 centuries. Initiate Protocol Archive, Humanity Extinction Event, she commanded, her voice barely above a whisper. The screen filled with information that contradicted everything the Empire had claimed about humanity's destruction. As she read, her crystalline features hardened with growing concern. High Counselor, a voice called from the doorway. Professor Jinlara, the Empire's leading xenoarchaeologist, entered the chamber. The human vessels, their technology, it's connected to the precursor artifacts we've been studying. Explain, Vextara demanded, though she already feared the answer. The quantum signatures were detecting from their ships, Jinlara continued, projecting a holographic comparison. They match the energy patterns we found in the ancient ruins on the Edge worlds. The humans didn't just survive our purge, they found something. Something we've spent millennia searching for. Aboard the Defiant, Commander Voss received an encrypted transmission that would change everything. The message came from deep within Imperial space, sent by someone who had accessed restricted archives. "Commander," Lieutenant Wei called out, his expression tense, "you need to see this." The data streamed through their neural interfaces, classified Imperial records about the true nature of the Great Purge. It hadn't been a simple act of xenocide. The Empire had been searching for something they believed humans had discovered. "Get me Admiral Tanaka," Voss ordered, her augmented mind already processing the implications. When the Admiral's holographic form appeared, she transmitted the data without preamble. "They knew," Tanaka said, his voice heavy with realization. "The Empire didn't try to destroy us because they feared our potential. They were trying to prevent us from understanding what we'd found." On the quantum displays, ancient star charts overlaid with modern battle lines revealed a pattern that had been hidden for centuries. The Empire's attack 200 years ago hadn't been random. They had been systematically searching for something, using the Purge as cover. "Professor Rivera," Voss called to the Defiant's chief scientist, "analyze these coordinates against our evolutionary database." Dr. Catalina Rivera, her neural interfaces glowing as she processed the data, gasped softly. "The locations where we made our greatest breakthroughs in bioquantum engineering, they're all sites of ancient power. We didn't just evolve on our own. We were guided." Back in the Imperial Palace, Vextara accessed the deepest levels of restricted data, files that even most of the High Council didn't know existed. The truth emerged piece by piece. Humanity hadn't been targeted for destruction because they were a threat. They had been targeted because they had unknowingly begun to unlock secrets that the Empire had been hiding for millennia. "The humans," Jinlara said, studying the ancient texts, "they were never meant to find the precursor sites. But when they did, when they began to show signs of understanding the technology, the Empire had to act," Vextara finished. "But we failed. Not only did they survive, but they had 2 centuries to study and integrate the very power we tried to keep from them." On the Defiant, the implications of the revelation rippled through the command staff. Humanity's extraordinary evolution hadn't been just the result of determination and ingenuity. They had been unconsciously guided by ancient technologies, their development accelerated by powers they were only now beginning to understand. "Admiral," Voss transmitted to Tanaka, "the Empire's fleet movements, they're not just trying to contain us. They're trying to prevent us from reaching specific locations." Tanaka's holographic form nodded grimly. "The very sites where we made our greatest discoveries, they know we've only scratched the surface of what's hidden there." Professor Rivera's voice cut through the tension. "Commander, Admiral, you need to see this. The quantum signatures we're detecting from the Imperial capital. They're using the same technology they tried to keep from us. Their entire civilization is built on precursor tech they've been hoarding for millennia." The revelation changed everything. This wasn't just a war for survival or revenge. It was a struggle for the future of galactic civilization itself. The Empire had maintained its power by carefully controlling access to ancient technologies, destroying any species that showed signs of truly understanding them. "All commands, update tactical priorities," Voss broadcast to the human fleet. "The Empire isn't just fighting to maintain their dominion. They're fighting to maintain their technological monopoly. Every victory we achieve proves what they've feared for centuries, that humanity has the potential to truly master powers they've only learned to imitate." As the battle continued to rage across multiple sectors, both sides now understood the true stakes. The Empire fought to maintain secrets they had kept for millennia, while humanity fought not just for survival, but for the right to fully embrace the legacy they had discovered in their exile. The war had become something far more significant than a conflict between species. It was a battle for the future of evolution itself, and humanity had unknowingly spent 2 centuries preparing to be its champions. The space above Hexar Prime blazed with energy as 2 civilizations clashed in a battle that would reshape the galaxy. Grand Admiral Nexus stood in the Empire's central command center, his crystalline form radiating tension as he watched humanity's combined fleet approach. "They've mastered technologies we've spent millennia trying to control," he said to his assembled commanders. "And they've done it in merely 2 centuries." On the lead ship of the human fleet, the Defiant, Commander Voss and Admiral Tanaka coordinated their forces. The quantum network linked all human vessels, their crews' enhanced minds working in perfect synchronization. "All precursor sites are secured," Voss reported, her augmented vision processing the battlefield data. "The Empire can no longer hide what they've kept from the galaxy." Professor Rivera's hologram appeared on the bridge, her expression urgent. "The final translations are complete. The Empire didn't just find the precursor technology, they've been suppressing its true purpose. It was never meant to be a weapon. It was meant to be a bridge." "A bridge to what?" Tanaka asked, though part of him already knew the answer. "To the next stage of evolution," Rivera replied. "The precursors didn't vanish, they transcended. And they left their technology not as a source of power, but as a guide for other species to follow their path." In the Imperial Palace, High Counselor Vextara made her decision. Centuries of deception had led to this moment. She activated the quantum communication system, broadcasting on all frequencies. "This is High Counselor Vextara of the Imperial Council," her voice echoed across both fleets. "What I am about to reveal has been hidden for thousands of years. The Empire's foundation was built on a lie." Grand Admiral Nexus tried to cut the transmission, but Vextara had locked him out. The truth would finally be heard. "Our ancestors found the precursor sites first," she continued, "but they feared what the technology represented. Instead of embracing evolution, they chose to control it. Every species that showed the potential to understand these gifts was eliminated, until humanity." The battle paused as her words resonated through both fleets. "Humanity didn't just survive our purge, they fulfilled the precursor's true purpose. They evolved not through control, but through understanding." Professor Rivera's voice cut through the silence that followed. "The quantum signatures are aligning. Commander, Admiral, the precursor sites are activating, all of them." Across the galaxy, ancient installations hummed to life. The technology that humanity had integrated into their ships, their bodies, their very beings, resonated with the awakening sites. They had unknowingly prepared themselves for exactly this moment. It was never about domination, Voss realized, watching as energy patterns shifted across space itself. The precursors didn't want their technology to be used for war. They wanted it to unite species, to guide them toward collective evolution. Grand Admiral Nexus knew he had lost, not just the battle, but the Empire's grip on power itself. "You don't understand what you're unleashing," he transmitted to the human fleet. "Some powers aren't meant to be unbound." "No," Admiral Tanaka responded. "You're the one who never understood. Evolution isn't meant to be controlled, it's meant to be embraced." The precursor sites pulsed with energy, creating a quantum network that spanned the galaxy. Every human ship, every enhanced soldier, every piece of hybrid technology they had developed resonated with the ancient power. "All ships," Voss commanded, "initiate the final sequence. Show the galaxy what humanity has become." The human fleet transformed, not into weapons of war, but into something transcendent. Their ships merged with the quantum field, becoming conduits for evolution itself. The Empire watched in awe as their greatest fear was realized, not the destruction they had imagined, but the transformation they had tried to prevent. High Counselor Vextara stepped onto the bridge of the Defiant, surrendering herself to human custody. "Your species has achieved what mine feared to attempt. The age of the Empire is over. The age of evolution has begun." The battle ended not with destruction, but with understanding. The Empire's fleet stood down as the truth of their civilization's founding spread through the quantum networks. Humanity had not just won a war, they had unlocked the next stage of galactic evolution. "Send word to all human settlements," Admiral Tanaka ordered. "Tell them that we haven't just reclaimed our place in the galaxy, we've discovered our true purpose." Commander Voss looked out at the transformed fleet, at the quantum networks linking ancient sites with new technology, at the endless possibilities that now lay before them. "We spent 2 centuries preparing for war," she said. "Instead, we found transcendence." As the newly awakened precursor network pulsed with energy, humanity stood at the threshold of something greater than victory. They had become the bridge between the past and the future, between conflict and evolution, between isolation and unity. The galaxy would never be the same, and that was exactly what the precursors had intended all along.